Good morning to all of you. Hope that all of you are doing well. So welcome to again the geography session. So my friends, in the last session, I introduced what is geography and what are the major dimensions of geography. What is geography and major dimensions of geography mean? What are the topics covered in geography and which is important for our general studies paper. Well, so thank you very much. I got at least a couple of questions. Whatever doubts you had, I tried to solve that one. Today also we will continue with all these. Questions and answer session also. One thing very important for all of us is the fundamental concepts. As I said, fundamental concepts in geography is very important, and in which I said about latitude and longitude. I did define what is latitude. I said in the last session we did discussed latitude is the angular distance from the center of the earth towards north or south of the equatorial plane. This is what I told you. Now look at here, if this is the latitude here, in this case, this is the center of the earth. Let us say this is the center of the earth here. From here we have taken an angle, this is the angle here, different angle we have taken, and based on that angle only we have different latitude I said. So maximum possible latitude will be how much? Maximum possible latitude will be 90 degree. This is 90 degree north. If this is 0 degree, this is 90 degree north. So 90 degree, this is the 90 degree here, 90 degree, this is here I said 90 degree north, this is 0 degree. So this is here is the line. From here we have taken this angular distance from the center of the earth towards north or south of the equatorial plane. I did said this. This one is 90 degree I said. In this way, the line here, these lines, because from common center, these are from the common center, that's why latitudes are parallel to each other. All the latitudes are parallel to each other. You know why? Why latitudes are parallel to each other? Because they are angular distance. They are measured at the angular distance from the common center, from a common center. This is the common center from which you have taken the angular distance. This is the center of the earth from which you are taking this. Now imagine this case, this is 90 degree north is called as the north pole as I told you. Likewise towards south also we have same way angular distance you will get. Okay. So let us note down few point here about this. Properties of latitude. Latitude, in the last session I said latitude is the angular distance from the center of the earth towards north or south of the equatorial plane. That's what I told you. Now, all latitudes are parallel to each other. All latitudes are parallel to each other. All these latitudes are parallel to each other. All the latitudes are parallel to each other. Is it now clearly audible? Please respond. Is it clearly audible now? Is it clearly audible? Right. All latitudes are parallel to each other as I told you. All the latitudes are parallel to each other because the angular distance is measured from a common center. Angular distance is measured from a common center. Is it clearly audible? You said sound is very low now. Yes, Arvind. What I will interpret? Please specify, please. Is it clearly audible? If said clearly audible, yes, clearly audible. If not, tell me so that I will tell the technical team to take care of it, please. All latitudes are parallel to each other because the angular distance is measured from a common center, that is the common center here it is. Okay, fine. Thank you. Now, second point is, if you look at this latitudes here, if you look at these latitudes, if this is the earth, right, and look at these are the latitudes here, don't you think that these latitudes, length of the latitude decreases from the equator to the pole? This is 0 degree equal to equator, 90 degree north equal to north pole. I said length of the latitudes, decreases from the equator towards the poles. Length of the latitude latitudes decreases from the equator towards the poles. Length of the latitude decreases from the equator towards the poles. Okay. Now, these are the things here, like, because you see, you are taking the angular distance and the circumference of the earth, if you will see, is more here. Now, each degree, because earth is circular here or geoid shape, so you look at here, definitely this will, this area will decrease gradually if you will go up and up. Finally, 90 degree north is a pole. 0 degree latitude, next point number 3, 0 degree latitude or the equator is the longest latitude, which almost equal to the circumference of the earth. I said almost equal to circumference of the earth. It is almost equal to the circumference of the earth, not exactly, almost equal to the circumference of the earth. Okay. Next one. As I just said, the length of the latitude decreases from the equator toward the poles, and finally pole is a point. I have already said length of latitude decreases, already I have said this, towards poles, and both the poles are points. Both the poles are points here. Look at here, this is 90 degree north is a point, 90 degree south is a point. Both the poles are point, and equator is the longest possible latitude, which is almost equal to the circumference of the earth, which is almost equal to the circumference of the earth. I hope it is clear. Now, all these latitudes are parallel, I said. What will happen? Because of these properties, while the sun rays falls over this region, vertically it will be over at this part, while the sun is over the equator, vertically above the equator. But you have plantly, you will get inclined, here you will have rays will be inclined one. So, the angle of incidence will vary. The sunlight will be more at the equator and the intensity decreases towards the poles. Okay. So, we can say, next point, latitudes are more useful for climatic division. Climatic division, how it is? Near the equator, equatorial region. Near the equator, it is equatorial climate. Near the pole, it is polar climate. At the Tropic of Cancer, tropical climate. In the temperate zone, temperate climate. Okay. My friends, you are from diverse background, I know. One of my friend is asking what the difference between diameter and circumference. You must be knowing about in class 6, 7, my dear. If not, please check it out. Circumference, this entire. Circumference, as you know, this is the circumference, but in the layman sense I am saying from the center of the earth, the line which divides these two, this is the diameter, you know it. Okay. Very fundamental things. Another person, one of your friend is asking, please do ask questions related with this topic which I am taking now. Okay. We will discuss this at the end. At 3:30, I will take all your questions, I will answer that, do not worry. Is the landmass under the ocean, seas, etc. falls under lithosphere? I told you in the last class, Subhajit, that landmass under the sea, under sea surface, only deep sea surface is in the hydrosphere. But if you look at below this, much below the surface, then it is lithosphere. That is coming under the lithosphere geologically. Another person is asking, water vapor is a part of hydrosphere or atmosphere? Sujo, it is atmosphere. Okay. Hydrological cycle in which one form is, that is in atmosphere, you have to see. Vapor is in atmosphere, air. Okay. Fine. I hope it is clear now. So, do ask me question related with this particular topic which I am now dealing. Okay, you can ask questions if required. It is very important. I'll take up all your questions at 3:30. All your questions at a time. But related questions I'll pick up immediately, like latitude related, longitude related. So, we'll go in differently. Okay. Latitudes are more useful for climatic classification. Okay. I hope all of you are with me and all of you are okay, gear up today to know something more. Okay, thank you. So, I will definitely, while I am writing, I have to move side by side. Fine, thank you, I will do that, no problem. Thank you, thanks for the feedback. Latitudes are more useful for climatic division. I said, how it is? Let me prove this, how it is. Okay, done. Let me move now. Let us move. See here. If this is the earth, this is the equator, this is the equator. Here you have 23.5 degree north, here you have 23.5 degree south, here it is 66.5 degree north, here it is 66.5 degree south. So, I said if this is 0 degree which equal to equator, here is 66.5 degree north equal to Arctic circle, here is 66.5 degree south equal to Antarctic circle. This is Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degree north. Here is 23.5 degree south, Tropic of Capricorn. Okay. This is here is 90 degree north equal to North Pole, and here it is 90 degree south equal to the South Pole. South Pole here, 90 degree south is South Pole. Why the linear distance of a degree of latitude at the pole is little longer than at the equator? Very good question, Sahib. And this is here because of the geoid shape of the earth. I told in the last class, earth has a polar flattening and equatorial bulginess, geoid shape of the earth. Okay, geoid shape of the earth, right? Geography doubt. Please repeat first 2 points of latitude. Now you are asking me first 2 points of latitude. Let me repeat it again. Okay. First 2 points. Look at here. All latitudes are parallel to each other because the angular distance is measured from a common center. From a common center, this is a center here, center of the earth, from where you are taking this. From here you are taking these values. From the center of the earth you are taking these values. Okay. This is here is the value, because from the common center you are taking this, that is why it is like this. From the common center you are taking this, that is the cause. Okay, like this. This is the angular value. This is the angular value, we can see this, right. Is it clear, my dear? Okay. And length of the latitudes decreases from the equator towards the poles. That is what the second point. You see the length of the latitude where it is decreasing from the equator toward the poles. I hope it is clear now. Now, let me again come to this point. Why the linear distance clear here? Sir, why equator is almost equal to circumference? Not perfectly equal, because there is variation in terms of, why this is not exact. Almost I have used because of variation of relief features. An equator, we are talking about the equator and the circumference. Surface features will have differences, that is why technically. Can we say season changes depends on latitudinal change in the day and night affect longitude? No, SK, you cannot say that. We will have a discussion in this, you will have a better understanding. What is the linear distance of the latitude? Sir, please repeat first 2 points. Have we done? Linear distance of latitude, let me tell you here. Linear distance of latitude. Look at here. Look at in this diagram. Linear distance of latitude here means, see, This is the linear distance between two latitudes. This is linear distance of latitudes. The distance on the surface between two latitudes is linear distance. Let me tell you, if it is 1 degree if it is nearly 111 kilometer at the equator. 1 degree latitude at the equator, almost 111 kilometer on the surface. 1 degree of angle on the surface will be nearly 111 kilometer. Approximately, not exactly. Again, it will differ from the equator to the pole. As someone said, at the pole it is more, at the equator it is less. Average of this is 111, 109 to 119, it varies because of the geoid shape of the earth. Earth has the shape not perfectly circular. You know, you just imagine how many latitudes we can draw in the globe. As per your requirement, if it is in the 30 minutes or 1 minute differences, angular distance, if it is 1 minute or 1 second, or it is infinity. 1 degree में होगा तो कितने होंगे? If it is 1 degree, mean 90 above, 90 below, and 1 is there, 0 degree. Okay. So in this way it is there. Think about this, please. Think, then you ask. Right? Fine. Now let me again come to this point here. As I was talking about latitudes, why polar region faced continuous 6-month day and 6-month night? Is it for 66.5 degree axis? Please explain. Yes, of course. Thank you. The day and night and season will be explained to you in detail while I will take the climatology part. Okay? That is seasonal changes and all we will discuss gradually. I will show you video on this how it is, and I will tell you on this particular thing also. So, but you can see this is Aries, earth rotation, revolution, two things are there. We will discuss later on. Okay? We will discuss about this later on, how it moves, why, in the what position is there. I will show you the video, it will be very interesting. Do not worry about this. Let me now move on here. Climatic classification, how it is. I was explaining the climatic classification. So, cryosphere will come in this also. Okay. This upper part, 66.5 degree north, 66.5 degree south, this region is frozen area, polar regions. And this region has permanent ice cover, whereas known as cryosphere, my dear. Somebody asked me what is cryosphere. This is the cryosphere, completely, permanently covered with ice, snow-filled regions, cryosphere. Okay. So what I am doing is, what I am saying is, here you look at here, this is the equatorial zone, this is the tropical zone, this is tropical zone, TROPICAL, tropical climate. In tropical climate, what are those? 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south, that is Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. And here both the cases, 66.5 degree north to North Pole, 66.5 degree south to South Pole, this is polar climate. Polar climate, what is that? Polar climate, polar climate, polar climate. Okay. Is there any special name for 45 degree north and 45 degree south? No, nothing like that. As we use latitude to define standard pressure? No, it is like, you know, in this case we can go for certain, there is a scale in which we also go for measuring the pressure, as you know, bar or millibar, whatever is doing. But standard pressure, sometimes we get it at the sea level, something is equal. So, sea level instead of latitude is the sea level we have taken up. Okay. Look at here, tropical climate and polar climate, two types of climate I told you. In between it is temperate climate. What is that? Temperate climate. Temperate climate. Temperate climate. My friends, this region, polar region, is temperature deficit zone. Tropical region is temperature surplus zone. Temperature surplus zone. And this region here is temperature deficit zone. Here it is temperature deficit zone. But between these two, this area is temperature exchange zone. Temperature exchange zone of temperature exchange. This will be the zone of temperature exchange. Temperature exchange. Zone of temperature exchange. My friends, why we call tropical climate? Because it is between the tropics. Why we call temperate? Because it is the equable climate, neither very hot nor very cold. Why it is polar, near the pole, cold area? What the relevance of these three? Temperature will be different here, so climate will be different. We have permanently high temperature throughout the year, permanently low temperature or negative minus snow capped region. In between it is change, variation of temperature is more here, temperate region. You got it? See, so beautifully it is given, like, thermal condition based on the temperature condition. We have divided the climate of the world into three types. This was done by the Arab people, Arab geographers in the beginning. And as I just said, polar climate, between the polar and the tropical climate you have temperate climate. Temperate climate have exchange of heat exchange is there. My friends, if temperature is more in these regions, very high temperature in the equatorial region, very high temperature leads to what? As you have seen, if we'll give more temperature or if you boil the water, what happen? The bubbles from below goes up like this and it rotates like this. Have you seen this? If you boil the water, while boiling the water, there is no convectional instability. Water with bubbles, they goes up and they goes like this, isn't it? So likewise, air here also, they become lighter and the steam and air, they move upward, form cloud and give more rainfall because of high temperature. Equatorial region is different from rest because equatorial region has high temperature and high convectional instability. Right? Atmospheric pressure of sea level of 45 degree. Yes, latitude is called normal pressure. Absolutely correct you are. That's why I am asking, is there any special name for it or not? I have no idea. I need to refer then, because I haven't came across any such special latitudinal naming of 45 degree. Mid latitude we call it, the zone is known as mid latitude. Okay, mid latitude because of the middle part. And let me tell you why we have taken is 45 degree, because it is the average of both the latitudes. Okay, and second thing is western coast is always taken as the sea level. While you are measuring western coast, you have to take note the eastern coast also. We will have a discussion this later on. Okay, your friend is asking length of the equator and equatorial circumference of the earth. Why it is almost same, not exactly same. Equatorial circumference is an imaginary line which is there. The circumference which you are talking about in the plane surface of the earth. But earth surface is not plane. technically speaking, that's why circumference and length of the equator, as you are saying, length of the equator is an imaginary line over the plane, but circumference also includes the relief features here. That's why there is a variation, little variation. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Fine. As I just have mentioned about this, as I just mentioned about the latitudes and longitudes here, latitudes only here. Latitudes are more useful for, I said, climatic classification than any other things. I will have a detailed discussion about this subsequently. Let me give you one more point here in this. See, inside the tropical region, again I am repeating, inside the tropical region, we have 10 degree north to 10 degree south, this zone, 10 degree north to 10 degree south. Okay. Inside the tropical zone, this is the 10 degree north to 10 degree south. This part has some uniqueness, something different from others in terms of temperature and climatic type. It is called as the equatorial climate. Equatorial climate. Equatorial climate zone. Okay, equatorial climate zone. Okay. Now, as I just have mentioned about this, in this region, the sun rays is falling vertically here. So, equatorial region here, vertically sun is overhead, and here more temperature is there. This side you have less, and as some of you pointed out, sir, why this is inclined axis. That's why while the sun is here, this part will not get the sun rays. So, 6 months it is completely dark, 6 months, and while the sun is here, Tropic of Cancer, this part will not get the light. That's why it is 6 months of complete darkness. I will show you some videos later on, and I will explain to you in the climatology class. Just you remember, this inclined axis and this particular position leads to apparent movement of the sun. Sun is not moving, apparently earth is going up and down here, and this leads to, because of orbital, inclined orbit, and that's the cause, you have seasonal changes in the position of the sun. Now, due to which you have differences in terms of season. Now, temperature changes happens because of this. So, sun is here, this side equal day and equal night. When the equator, above the equator sun is there, equal day and equal night, known as equinox. Known as equinox. Equal day, equal night, equinox. While the sun is above this is called as summer solstice. At the 23.5 degree north, sun is there, summer solstice. At the 23.5 degrees south, sun is there, summer, winter solstice it is. I hope. My friends, don't drag me into different things like, don't shift from this topic. ITCZ is not related here. Okay, you can ask me, there will be open forum where you can ask any question. Okay, I am ready for that. But topic se divert nahi hona hai. We have to give only on this topic, whatever is there. Most of you have given 90% students are asking question on the topics. There are few people from different one. Here is a very good point somebody said. I appreciate if you are giving some thought provoking, interesting, because I know your strength. I have seen the students very closely from West Bengal. They are very studious and really intelligent. Believe me, you just use your brain. Give me something like brainstorming related things. Okay, don't give me this silly question. जो मिल जाएगा वो नहीं चाहिए, हमें थोड़ा सा अच्छा चाहिए जो क्वालिटेटिव हो. समझ में आया? What is equator? What is this? This is क्या है? But okay, because you all are from diverse backgrounds, so I am taking these questions. Okay, do study the basic things, please. Okay, ITCZ I will discuss in the atmosphere that later on. Okay. Equatorial climate belongs to tropical climate zone. Yes, yes, of course. So equatorial climate is a tropical climate first. Yes, absolutely correct. But specialized tropical climate is equatorial climate. Completely specialized one. Okay. A special case of tropical climate is equatorial climate. Clear? Now, as I said about the equatorial climate here at the equator, let me again draw another diagram and show it to you. Sun's position, though I am not going for the dynamism now, first step by step let us go and find out how the sun moves from Tropic of Cancer to Capricorn, though it will be discussed in detail later on, but still I just want you people to get some idea at least. This is the equator here, fine. This is the equator, this is Tropic of Cancer, this is Tropic of Capricorn. While the sun is located here, the sun is located here. This is called as the equinox. What you call? Equinox. While the sun is at the equator, equinox, at the equator if it is there. This is the Tropic of Cancer. This is the Tropic of Capricorn. While it is at the equator, equinox. While it is the equator, it is equinox. Sound is fluctuating as you are saying. So let me just talk to the technical team, please. Okay, is it audible now? I think it is a local problem because here it is everything is fine. Everything is fine here. Please look at that carefully because it's a problem with only one center, I think. If there is sound problem, please again tell me. Is it correct? Okay, fine. Kindly check locally if there is any problem in your center, please. Right, here what happened in this case, the movement of the sun, if you look at the track of the movement of the sun, from at three places you will get them, at three places as we have already seen these things, like, you know, if it is at this point, or if it is at this point, so position of the sun, where it is exactly. If this is sun is here, it is known as winter solstice. If it is here, it is known as summer solstice. Okay, sun move from here to here, again come down here, you know it. This is in the month of, here it is in the month of December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. December it started, December it finally reaches here. This is the position of the sun at different times. Okay, position of the sun here, 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 here. I have just given this, how the sun moved. So equinox is a position. I mean, you haven't studied the G.C. Liang. How many of you haven't? I think all of you have studied it. If not, then please do. Chapter number 1 of G.C. Liang, I said, Go Cheng Liang, Certificate Physical and Human Geography. You need to study that. In the climatology class, I will again explain it with the video. Today only I am just saying, name this. This term only remember. There is a Tropic of Cancer, there is a equator, there is Tropic of Capricorn, and when the sun is at the 23.5 degree north, it is called as summer solstice. When it is at 23.5 degrees south, it is winter solstice. Where it is at 0 degree equator, it is equinox. So once it goes up, again come down. So twice it crosses the equator. So in a year, 2 times you have equinox. Okay, 2 times in a year we have equinox in March and September. Date I am not saying now. Date we will see later on why this date 21 or 22nd or 23rd. We will see that. Okay, just remember further. This is fundamental foundation class. That's why I am saying only basic thing you should know. There is a 23.5 degree north is known as Tropic of Cancer. 0 degree is equator. 23.5 degree south is Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer to Capricorn in 1 year, the sun, apparent movement of the sun is there from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn and Capricorn to again to Cancer. This is 1 year. It takes 6 months. December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 6 months. 6 months is going up, 6 months coming down. With this, there is change in the season. Okay. So I will discuss about this changing season, how it happened, what is there in our climatology session. I am just saying this is needed. In terms of latitude, I just said, that's why latitudinal change in the climate also there. One of your friend asked me ITCZ. This ITCZ shift with this, ITCZ is intertropical convergence zone. It is a low pressure condition because of high temperature here. This zone shift from the equator towards north up to Tropic of Cancer and towards south up to Tropic of Capricorn. It move. ITCZ shift up and down. Okay, my dear ITCZ. Okay, you got it. From the equator towards north and from equator towards south also it move like this. So it is so beautifully designed by the nature, you see. With respect to temperature, with respect to change in the position of the sun, with respect to the position of the sun, the pressure belt system also move north or south of the equator, and there is a change in the season. Seasonal changes takes place. Seasonal changes takes place. So what you are discussing here? I said latitude are more useful for climatic classification, isn't it? Latitudes are more useful for climatic classification. Is it climatic division? Is it clear to all of you? 4 types of climate I said: equatorial, tropical, temperate, polar. Equatorial, tropical, temperate, polar. Clear? Equatorial, tropical, temperate and polar climate. Fine. 2 times the sun arrives at the Tropic of Capricorn. Why it is not known as summer solstice? Because always we consider the things with respect to northern hemisphere. So while it is northern hemisphere, look at here. I hope you haven't got it properly. See, while the sun is in December, you see here, sun is in December in southern hemisphere, winter in our नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर. मुझे बताओ ना, बंगाल में विंटर कब होता है भाई? कब होता है विंटर? नवंबर, दिसंबर, जनवरी. आप देखो दिसंबर में, यू मस्ट हैव ऑब्जर्व दिस थिंग्स. क्रिकेट चल रहा था ना, कहाँ पे? ऑस्ट्रेलिया में इन द विंटर, विंटर देर इज क्रिकेट इन सिडनी और मेलबर्न क्रिकेट फील्ड है ना, स्टेडियम क्रिकेट एंड यू आर वाचिंग कवरिंग योरसेल्फ विद अ ब्लैंकेट, आप यहाँ पे वॉच कर रहा है एक ब्लैंकेट ओढ़ के, और उधर लोग बनियान उतार के घूम रहा है फील्ड में, देखा होगा आपने. हाउ इट इज, बिकॉज इट वॉज समर इन द डिसम्बर, समर इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया, and here it is winter in India. We are in northern hemisphere. We are in northern hemisphere, right? So this is here. Another point you see, while the sun moved north, as I said, so here it is December, this is summer in the southern hemisphere, winter in northern hemisphere. Then you see here, March में equinox होगा, equal day, equal night. Then June, here it is summer in northern hemisphere, winter in southern hemisphere. Again September equinox, then again it is coming like this. Okay, so both are here. It is summer, this is summer in southern hemisphere, but with respect to northern hemisphere it is winter here, so it is winter solstice. Clear hai? I hope it is clear now. I hope it is clear. So if any other question, please let me know. If any other question, please look at here. So I hope you got this point here clearly. I hope you got this point clearly. Latitudes are more useful for climatic division. Clear hai? As more land mass, hence most of the world population is in northern hemisphere. Is that the reason to call the sun arriving Tropic of Cancer summer solstice? Subhajit, you are thinking more than बहुत कुछ सोच रहा है, लग रहा है दुनिया के बारे में भाई. बट एक चीज है, द पोजिशन ऑफ द सन इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्राइटेरिया फॉर दिस, एंड ऑलवेज with respect to northern hemisphere we give this is given. Maybe this can be, but nowhere I have came across this particular term, but हो सकता है, because we started everything with the earlier the geographical research with the Royal Geographical Society of London. It started all these things, naming and all, may have given this. Okay, fine. So you got some idea about latitude now. Clear? Is it clear about latitude? मैं जो कहा उतना समझ में आया, किसको नहीं आया बताइए. If you haven't got it, please let me know. बुझदे बारी नहीं है, थोड़ा सीख रहा हूँ अभी यार. कमन बोलिए. Am I are you getting the things what I discussed? Okay, fine. Let me now move on to another one, that is longitude. I will not go into the technicalities of this. There are a lot of technicalities and all. You see, these are the lines and arcs joining both the poles. These are the lines joining both the poles, isn't it? These are the lines joining both the poles. You look at here. In this case, see, this is the north pole here, this is the south pole. These are the lines joining both the poles. Now you take a knife and cut this earth like this. ऐसे cut करो, like this from north pole to south pole. The line which divides them, it will connect both the poles. I said here, if it will take this is the front edge, back side will be here. ये front है, ये back side होगा. Yes or no? This is front, this is the back side. So two edge you have. In one hemisphere you have two edges. One hemisphere you have two edges, isn't it? ये हो गया आपका कट हो गया, यहाँ पे फ्रंट हो गया. ये इसका बैक साइड भी तो होगा. दिस बैक साइड ऑल्सो देयर. फ्रंट and back side you have both these cases. Now with this, if I will say this is plane, this is at the, this is here is the plane, here it is, let us say 0 degree, or if I will give this as the reference line, this is at the reference line here. Opposite side will be how much? What will be the angular distance from the, let us talk about this here. This is the pole here. Pole is a point here. Now this side is 0 degree I have done. Look at here very carefully. This is the pole here. This is 0 degree. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 90, 90 degree. ऐसे करके इधर आएगा तो 180 degree. Yes sir, you got it. This is 0 degree. 10, 20, 30, 40 angle like this, 90 degree. This will be here straight line here, 180 degree. You got it? This is one hemisphere. Here 0, 10, 20, 30, 80, 90 degree. Then you have 90 degree. This side you have 180 degree. So what I am saying is, right hand side of this is known as eastern hemisphere. Eastern hemisphere. Okay, eastern hemisphere. Right hand side is eastern hemisphere. Left hand side is western hemisphere. Eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere, two part. I caught this. My right side is eastern part. If I will face like this, right is eastern part, left is western part. You know, in geography you use direction. This is north, south, east, west. Geo coordinate you might be knowing about coordinate, direction. North, south, east, west. North, south, east. So right hand side is eastern hemisphere, left hand side is western hemisphere. Simple, आम आदमी की भाषा में मैं कहा. You look at here, a layman sense if you will see that if this is the plane which is dividing these two, right hand side is the eastern hemisphere, left hand side is the western hemisphere. Okay, clear? This line which divides front edge, this is at 0 degree. If it is at 0 degree, this is here is 0 degree. ये अगर 0 degree हुआ तो ये 180 degree होगा, 1 degree. So let us talk about these angles here. If it is 0 degree, if this is angle is 0 degree, this is 0 degree, ये angle 0 degree हुआ, ये हो गया आपका 10 degree, ये 20 degree, ये 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, 60 degree, 70 degree, 90 degree. This is 90 degree, 90 degree east. Okay, 90 degree east. This is 90 degree east. This one. अगर इसका ए लाइन को देखेंगे, इसका बैक साइड 180 डिग्री ईस्ट, दिस इज 180 डिग्री ईस्ट. हाउ आई विल शो दिस? अगेन लुक एट हियर. इफ दिस इज 0 डिग्री, 0 डिग्री, 10, 20, 30, 90 डिग्री, दिस लाइन विल बी हियर 180 डिग्री. इज इट क्लियर? यहां तक 180. ये ईस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर है. दिस इज योर ईस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर. 0, 10, 20, 30, 90, 180 डिग्री. क्लियर है सभी? Is it clear to this? 180 degree. Now this side western hemisphere 0, 10, 20, 90 and 180 degree. 0, 10, 20, 90 and 180 degree. 0 degree, 10, 20, 30. ये देखिए आप. This is 0 degree, 10, 20, 30, 90 degree west, 180 degree west. So you can see here from this side if I will draw 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 90 degree west, and it is 180 degree west. So same line 180 degree east equal to 180 degree west. Yes or no? 180 degree east equal to 180 degree west. Let me draw it like this and explain it to you. फ्रेंड्स, दीज आर वेरी इजी. कहीं कुछ प्रॉब्लम लग रहा है सीधे बोलो. एज आई टोल्ड यू, इन द लास्ट क्लास इवन, It is such an interesting subject, believe me. This is one of the most interesting subject, provided you should know. Once you will get it, forever you will memorize or remember the subject. Give all your problem to me. जो doubt है दे दो, and look and see. I am sure you will enjoy. मैं आंसर दूंगा. If I don't know, I refer and I will give you answer, but I will give you the answer. Remember one thing. ये नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर, सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में मैंने अभी व्हाट आई विल डू नाउ, दिस इज हियर इज द लाइन, दिस इज हियर इज द लाइन. देखिए, you can see it here. These are the arc like this. These arc are longitudes. This is what I said. These arc are longitude here. Now you tell me, this region is which hemisphere? This side is which hemisphere? This is eastern hemisphere. I said this is eastern hemisphere. Extend from this, if it is 0 degree, extend from, if it is 0 degree, this is 15 degree, 45 degree, 15, 30 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, like it is 90 degree here. This degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and this is 90 degree. It is east. All there in east. This is 180 degree east. ये फ्रंट एज है ना, पीछे दिखाई नहीं देगा, इसीलिए 180 डिग्री ईस्ट हुआ. You got it? And this side, if you will say opposite side 180, if it is 180 degree east, if this line is 180 degree east, okay, ये कौन सा हेमिस्फीयर होगा? Which hemisphere will be this one? Tell me now. And which hemisphere will be this one? Right hand side will be which hemisphere? My question is clear to all of you. I am asking you, this one will be which hemisphere? Which hemisphere? Which hemisphere? This one will be which hemisphere? Tell me. Which hemisphere is this one? Can you just give me answer on this? That is eastern hemisphere or western hemisphere? Right is west. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, great. Thank you. Hey, east कैसे होगा? Who said east? Think about this again. Some of you are saying east. I hope you haven't got the things properly. आपने समझ में नहीं आया जिनने ईस्ट बोला. You didn't got the question properly or you didn't got the concept properly. See, this is 0 degree, ये 180 degree हुआ. This is eastern hemisphere, western hemisphere. Now you remember this? Now I have done like this. तो ये western नहीं होगा क्या? ये eastern होगा. Got it? My friend, those who said east, please remember, please look at this, please rethink. This will be western hemisphere. Thank you very much. This is western hemisphere and this will be eastern hemisphere. Here is eastern, this is western hemisphere. In this case is western hemisphere, because we have taken here 0 degree, you see 0 degree middle में, ये 180 degree east middle में. Remember 180 degree east equal to 180 degree west also. ये 180 degree east equal to 180 degree west. Why? Because from here if you are coming 180 degree, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 like western part. Now think about this. Western hemisphere, eastern hemisphere, both you got it. Both the hemisphere you got it. Okay. If it is not clear, let me repeat it. Okay, fine. Look at here. Let me do these things here. Okay. Let me do something for you for this particular region only. Okay. Let me see. See, is it clear? Is it visible? This is right hand side here. This is the eastern hemisphere. You got it. This is eastern hemisphere and this is western hemisphere. ये क्या है? ये ईस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर है, ये वेस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर है. नाउ आई रोटेट लाइक दिस. नाउ यू टेल मी, दिस इज which hemisphere? This one is eastern hemisphere. In while what this is 0 degree, this is eastern hemisphere, this is western hemisphere, right? Now this is eastern hemisphere. Now you will see like this. देखो ये 0 degree, ये 180 degree हो गया, तो ये क्या है? Eastern hemisphere. This side is western hemisphere. This is what I said. This is in this way. This side is eastern hemisphere. Now इसको रोटेट कर दूंगा यहाँ पे. देखो this particular diagram, it is like this. Now this is eastern hemisphere, this is western hemisphere. So simple. Someone said for repeating the things. I hope you got it now. Is it clear to you? So clear? Is it clear? You said not clear, please repeat. I have repeated. Is it clear to you? Please respond immediately. Okay, I believe that you got it. I believe. If you are not getting, you think again. Close your eyes, think. Then you tell me, you ask me. See here, you see this longitude. Longitudes are line and arc joining both the poles. First point you note down here. Longitudes are lines joining both the poles. In the layman sense, I am saying a pair of longitude always forms a great circle. My dear, very good question, one I got it here. Is there any reason of dividing the earth into two hemispheres? Yes. In defining the longitudes and east to west, yes. Because at a time, one side you have day, another side you have night. You got it now? Circle of illumination mean day and night cannot occur simultaneously at one place. If there is day, there will be no night. If there is night, there will be no. That's why. Instead, that is the only reason, that is the major reason for this. Fine. So that's why we have taken up this. Or else 0 degree and 90 degree, 360 degree is the same. Yes, you can do that. Now, why we have taken up this? Because based on the day and night, 180 degree longitude जो है ना, that is regarded as the international dateline. Someone asked me for repetition of this, not cleared, please repeat. Have you got it or not? Or you are away from, and just ask the question and you are not with the system now. My friends, remember one thing, you are going to appear one of the toughest exam in the world, that is civil services exam. My sincere request to you all, it is always a two-way process. You need to study something also. I really appreciate the state government who has taken such a bold decision, such an important decision, you know, a remarkable decision by giving this type of facilities to you all. You should avail this with proper preparation and planning. On your part also you have to study something. Do some basic things and come. Ask me if you are not getting, but repeat. Also give, if you have said asked something, please again, if you are not getting the things you are asking, if you will get the things said, yes, clear. Okay, do study the basic things, these are very, very basic. I am dealing with the basics, I haven't discussed anything difficult one. Longitudes are line joining both the poles, I said, both the poles, we are joining both the poles here. Now, a pair of longitude always forms great circle. Like pair of longitude mean, what is that? A pair of longitude means here what? देखो, a pair of longitude what is a pair of longitude? If it is 30 degree east, 60 degree east, 90 degree east, 30 degree west, 60 degree west, 90 degree west. See here, 90 degree east and 90 degree west, they are a pair of longitude. Pair of longitude. 90 degree east, 90 degree west, 0 degree and 180 degree east or 180 degree west. It is pair of longitude. It is pair of longitude. C is, let us say, 60 degree east, and which one will the pair of longitude? Now you tell me. 60 degree east, and how much will be the, what will be the value? Pair of longitude for 90 degree east and 90 degree west, 0 degree, 180 degree east. Now we tell me 60 degree east and which value, what value will be there, opposite side, to be a pair of longitude. Please tell me immediately. Give me the answer, please. Please give me the answer. जल्दी बोलो ना यार, जल्दी बोलो. Tell me yes. Give me. Yes, no answer. What is the difference between 90 degree east and 90 degree west? Longitudinal difference is how much? It will be 180 degree difference. 0 to 180 degree difference. Now 180 minus 120, what will be there? So it will be 120 degree, 120 degree west. That's why we will have 180 degree of difference. You are getting this? नहीं समझ में आया? No. I am looking at your, I'm searching, your answer, but not a single answer I got yet. Yes, not a single answer I got yet. 60 degree east, 120 degree west. Have you got this? अरे भाई ये जो है, if it is 0 degree, opposite side is 180 degree. If it is 60 degree east, it is 120 degree west. If it is 90 degree east, 90 degree west. Opposite to this, completely opposite to this is what is the value. I just asked this. Pair of longitude always forms a great circle, mean greatest possible circle means almost equal to the circumference of the earth. Greatest possible circle is this one. Almost again, because geoid shape earth, that's why almost I have used. Pair of longitude always forms a great circle. Pair of longitude always forms a great circle, I said. Pairs of longitude always forms a great circle. Pairs of longitude always forms a great circle. Is it clear? Okay. So, pair of longitude always forms a great circle. Longitudes are lines joining both the poles, I said. I am requesting all the coordinators also to forward me if they got the answer. Not a single person has given the answer. Clear है नहीं चाहिए मुझे. I need the answer. I don't want that like clear हो गया, समझ में आ गया. How much you got it, I should know it by looking at your answer. I need the answer. 120 I have given there. So, what will be the longitude? Now D, another question I am giving. This question to all of you here. Okay. 30 degree west, and what will be the value for this to have a pair of longitude? उसका opposite pair क्या होगा? 30 degree west opposite pair will be how much? Now give me this answer at least. $120 degree west. क्यों होगा? Someone says 120 degree west. Okay, very good, very good. Thank you. 150 degree east. Only one person said 120 degree west. I think that one answer you have given. C answer it was. Okay, fine. Fine. Thank you. I got it now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wes, stop it please. अरे बहुत हो गया भाई, आंसर बहुत आ गया. Now I am sure that you got it and you are with me, no problem. So once as I just said about the pair of longitude, as I just mentioned about the pair of longitudes. Now why it is important for us to have the longitudes? Why it is important to have longitudes? What is the role of longitude now? And you see the longitudes, length of the longitudes is spacing between them is decreases from the equator to the pole. If this is the equator here, if this is the equator here, equator to pole, the longitude, look at here, spacing between the longitude is decreasing from the equator to the pole. You see the spacing here, this much of spacing here. Here you see the spacing here, you see decreased. It is decreasing here, spacing between them. So the third point we can write down. Third point is spacing between the longitudes decreases from the equator to the poles. Spacing between the longitudes decreases from the equator towards the poles. Spacing between the longitudes decreases from the equator toward the poles. That's what I said. And finally, it converges at poles. All the longitudes are converging at the poles, wide apart at the equator, widely spaced at the equator, converging at the poles. All the longitudes are converging at the poles and widely spaced at the equator. Now what is the importance of this particular longitude? Longitude का importance क्या है? Longitudes are useful for time calculation or standard time calculation. They are useful for standard time calculation, isn't it? Standard time calculation, local time and standard time calculation. Someone is saying, sir, great circle has the longest perimeter in the sphere, and now earth has geoid shape, hence equator has greater perimeter than the longitude. As am I right? Yes, you are absolutely correct. You please elaborate, please. It is correct because of geoid shape. Yes, it is there. But you see, almost, that's why I have used the term almost. Okay, that's why I have used the term almost. Right? These are, I said, the longitudes are useful for standard time calculation. I told you on this. Let me now move on, like, how we calculate the time. Let us say this is here is 0 degree longitude, then 180 degree will be here and 180 degree will be here. If this is 0 degree longitude, 180 degree east equal to 180 degree west. That is 180 degree east equal to 180 degree west, because earth is circular. You got it? Now this one is here. Which hemisphere is this? This one will be western hemisphere, this one will be eastern hemisphere. This is eastern hemisphere. This one is the western hemisphere. You got it? This is the standard meridian. 0 degree equal to, this is known as the standard meridian. Remember, meridian are also called as longitude. Longitudes are also called as the meridians. Longitudes are also called as the meridians. Longitudes are also called as the meridians. 0 degree meridian is passing through the city of Greenwich, Greenwich near London. Okay, a small plant city, Greenwich. So it is known as the Greenwich Mean Time Line. Greenwich Meridian or Greenwich Mean Time Line or GMT. Greenwich Mean Time Line. This 0 degrees, because we generally calculate time from this 0 degree. Because आप देखो, if this is earth is moving like this, west to east, because earth is rotating from west to east, that's why we have day and night. Sun rises in the east because of movement from west to east. Earth rotation, revolution, there are 5 types of earth movement only. Again, we will do it in climatology. But one thing here, remember, because of this earth from west to east, sun rises in the east. So eastern hemisphere start here. So day starts from here, isn't it? Eastern hemisphere start from here. So the day starts from here. Day starts, new days start from here only. यहाँ से start होगा new day, and this way if you go, day starts from here and go in this way. That's why this degree 180 degree is called as the international date line. क्या कहते हैं उसको? International date line. International date line. This is 180 degree. 180 degree longitude is called as international date line because the day starts from here only. New day starts from here. Japan is called as the country of rising sun, traditionally. Look at here. This is here is the international date line. ये इंटरनेशनल डेट लाइन यहाँ पे है, and this is here is Japan. Japan is here. In your atlas, do you have the atlas with you? Can you just look at the last pages of the atlas where time zones are given? Towards last pages, you have the time zones are given. Difference between international date line and timeline. This is Greenwich Mean Time Line. We are considering standard time, why it was there? There is possibility, earlier Britain was the as you know, most dominating country at that time, and maybe for that reason we started it from the Greenwich, that is the London. From London it was started, the time calculation, because it was dominating, it was a super major colonial power, and they started these principles of one time zone in the world. There should be time zones with reference to the times of London. Maybe for that reason they started this. Yes. Is there any special reason for drawing the 0 degree longitude through Greenwich? Why not 0 degree longitude was drawn through any other mega cities of the earth? It was only because they were the colonial power, nothing else. To show their supremacy, if you look at even the history of this, majority influences of the Europeans only, and it was the most happening place, London. That may be the cause for all these. There is possibility of this one only, right. I hope it is clear to you. That may be the cause. So, anyway, this is 0 to 180 degree mean how many? You can look at here. Let me time calculation how is to do this. Total is 360 degree longitude. How many longitude are there? Is covered in how much hour? 24 hours. 24 hours time. Got it? So, 1 degree longitude will be covered in 24 by 360 hours time, which equal to 24 into 60 by 360 minutes time, which equal to 4 minutes time. I have done like this because those who are not from mathematics or haven't done properly may have some problem. So, for that reason I have given in detail. Dekho, 4 minutes time. So, 1 degree longitude, if somebody is going, like if I am traveling from one longitude to another longitude, if this is 0 degree, it is 30 degree east and this is 90 degree east. At 0 degree, if the time is, let us say time is x. So, what will difference at 30 degree? The time difference will be 0 degree to 30 degree, 30 into 4. I mean 120 minutes, which equal to 2 hours. Time difference between 0 degree and 30 degree will be 2 hours. It will be ahead or behind. You need to see this. Positive होगा या negative होगा, whether it is ahead or behind, you need to see this case how it is going in. From here we are looking at. If you look at 0 degree, यहाँ पे time है, here if it is 12 noon, what will be time at 30 degrees? Tell me. If it is 12 noon, then first sunrise will be here. You see here, try to look at this carefully. पहला सनराइज कहाँ होगा? यहाँ होगा. Later on the sun will come in this way. First sunrise will be in this side. Yes or no? The sun rises in the east, so east में पहला sunrise होगा. I mean, while we know that 0 degree and you want to know about this side, east side, then you have to, while you know the time of left side and right side you want, then you have to add the things 2 hours difference, yes, ahead होगा. So what will be the time please? 30 degrees timing क्या रहेगा बताओ? AM PM 2 PM. Very good, very good. This will be 2 PM. Very good, thank you. Now you got it. 2 hours 2 PM. Thank you. I am sure you must be. Now you got it. 2 PM here. Now you tell me one thing. At 90 degree, what will be the time? 90 degree, what will be the time? At 90 degree, 90 into 4. 360 minutes, which equal to 6 hours. 6 hours. So it will be here 6 PM. 6 PM. I hope you got it. So in this way, timing, if you know of this side, you have to deduct this side. If you know the time of this side, right side, you need to deduct it in the left side. In UPSC, they are not asking any question on this, but West Bengal PCS, we are getting some question like this. I was just looking at few of the question of West Bengal PCS and I found very interesting. They are not giving any difficult question, very simple. And if you will just study this, it will be covered. Okay, clear hai kya on this? So when you are going for this type, here, day started here, country of rising sun is Japan, but Japan at that time, Japan, country of rising sun, Japan is here. Japan is here. Because of this, Japan is known as country of rising sun. Japan. Japan is called as the country of rising sun. Country of rising sun is Japan. Right. So in this way, as from the 180 degree east toward this side, if you are coming, different, the time will goes and decrease here. This side you have ahead, this side you have behind, it will come. So while you are traveling from here to here, this side, you have to add. This side you have to tell me, add or deduct this side. If you know the time this side and this part, we need to add. If you know this side, you need to have this side deduct. So timing will be, batao, east, towards east gain. Sir, we are going to east, so the time will decrease. Yes. So कौन सा सेंस में बता रहे हो उसको ऊपर देखो, पहले चला गया है टाइमिंग, है ना. In your atlas it is given plus or minus whatever is given, you can see this. But after crossing the international date line, यहाँ पे we are losing 1 day. क्यों? देखिए आप, this is the international date line. The day starts, let us say this is the international date line, okay. Day starts here. Day starts here and you are going in this way. Day, if it is, let us say, if this is 6th year, ये 6 तारीख है, ये 6 तारीख है, morning 6 है, ये 6 तारीख morning, or let us say now it is 12 noon at 6th year. So here you have like, if you go this way, ये 12 है तो ये क्या होगा, 11 होगा, ये 10 होगा, ये 9 होगा, ऐसे आते आते 1 day deduct हो जाएंगे. यहाँ आते आते you will have 1 day, it will have deduction, 1 day differences will be there. Try to think about this and do study the G.C. Liang chapter 1, you will get it. Time will decrease. So for time calculation only it is there. Again we will look at the time related things. This is only for the West Bengal PCS, you have to see, check it out. If you need any help, let me know that. Okay. So for time calculation it is there. Our main concern is what is the utility. Longitudes are useful for standard and time calculation, standard time calculation, not for any other things. So latitude and longitude of a place, two things at a time if you will see. Latitude and longitude, both if you will see at a time. latitude and longitude of a place will have 100% accurate position of a place. Okay. A network of latitude and longitude. A network of latitude and longitude always gives accurate position of a place because geo coordinate के हिसाब से है. So what will happen? Network of latitude and longitude always gives accurate position of a place. You remember this, and that's the cause Ola or Uber and all these, you know, we are utilizing, and you are getting exact point, exact position. Okay, based on this you are getting the exact position or exact point also. Right. So this is something about your latitude and longitude. I hope you got some idea. Application of this we will discuss. We will discuss in detail about this subsequently. Now, I'll now move on to map and the globe. I said some fundamental things again I will discuss, then I will go for the earth interior. If you look at the world map, I will just give you some idea about the world map. Look at the world map. Please have a glance over the world map. World map study, because map is the language of geography, I told you. So just I would like to say, see the world map now. If you have the atlas with you, this is the globe here I am carrying here. How many continents are there? How many continents are there? You know, everybody knows how many continents are there. Now, I would like to ask you, even if you know, many people will have problem if I will give the question, like this is the northern hemisphere, this is the southern hemisphere. Can anyone tell me how many continents are there entirely in northern hemisphere? My question is clear to all of you. How many continents are there entirely in northern hemisphere? पूरी तरह से northern hemisphere में है. How many continents are there in entirely northern hemisphere? You have your atlas with you. You know much more things. How many continents are located entirely in the northern hemisphere? Why I am asking this, you know, many times we don't look at carefully. देखा आपका आंसर देखो 5, 6, 4, 4, 4, entirely 4. Believe me, this is such a very simple question. Some of you must be thinking, sir, itna simple question, why you are asking, isn't it? But let me tell you, all your answers are wrong. 5, 5, 4, 4, 4. What is this? Look at my question. How many continents are located entirely in northern hemisphere? देखो आप atlas देखो and tell me. That's why I am saying, not reading, study is more important. Get the things properly. You have your atlas in front of you and you all are wrong. You tell me, have you seen the question properly? Have you studied understood the question here? How many continents are located entirely in the northern hemisphere? My question is very simple. इनमें से कितना continent है जो entirely northern hemisphere में है? My friends, I know it is a very simple question, but I have seen in many cases, even in Delhi center also, I am finding people there, all of them like you, 4, 5. Can anyone give me the right answer, please? 4, 5, 6 is wrong. Someone is saying 6 also, eh? 5, 6, 4. How many continents are entirely in northern hemisphere? My friend, you check out carefully. One is Europe and second one is North America. These two are entirely in northern hemisphere. How many are there entirely in southern hemisphere? Continents entirely in southern hemisphere are 2, Australia and Antarctica. Continents which are in both the hemisphere. Both the hemisphere. What are those continents? One is Asia, second is Africa, and third one is South America. These continents are in both the hemisphere. Can you just check it out? आपने देखा ना how wrong you have done? My friends, out of 7 continent, 2 ऊपर 2 नीचे बाकी मिडिल में है ना. 2 in the upper northern part, 2 in the southern part, and 3 in both the hemisphere you are having. Can you see these things in the world map? Political map of the world. Let me tell you, if you look at the map here, map, I told you what are the map. Now map are of different types. Map are of different types. Map can be a political map, physical map, or even a military map, है ना. Political map, it can be physical map, it can be military map, or it can be a cadastral map. I said map are of 4 types: political map, physical map, military map, cadastral map. Types of map, if I'll go for 4 types of map, you have 4 types of map: political, physical, what is political map? What is this political map? What in by political map? Political map for political features, like country's boundary will be there. A state, a country's boundary will have. State boundaries are there, district boundaries there, political map. So political map only shows the political boundaries. Political map shows the political boundaries. On the contrary, the physical map shows the physical aspect. Political map as the very common, very always you are using this type of map, you know, political map. Its utilization is more. Physical map shows the relief features of a region. Mountain, plateau, plain, all these things are shown. River valleys shown in the physical map, physical characteristic. Climatic map is a physical map. Soil map is a physical map. Relief features map is a physical map. Ocean bottom relief feature map is a physical map. Now, military map, conversion of both you have, political and physical map, both, because strategic movement, and you remember one thing, in the military map we have direction also correct, most of the cases. Most of the cases, what is there? In the physical and political map, convergence is there where you have physical and political in military map. Important mountains, important river valleys, because they have to cross through these particular, you know, physical features. For the troop movement, direction is required. Direction should be correct. Correct direction we need. That is also a cause. So, three things is important here. Political boundaries should be correct. Major physical obstruction or obstacles on the way should be shown. Third is direction should be correct. So, military map is a fusion of this. Cadastral map is like your house map of your house, your school or college compound map, your where you are staying, your town planning map of the town. Mostly your land records are cadastral, land records. So, here this map here is, we have in the world map, if you look at world map, both political and physical two map you will get. In the political map of the world, you will find out only countries boundary like this. In the physical map, you have like depth, height from the sea level, different color shadings are there. Have you got it? Just look at this map, you will find out certain things. I request you all to have a glance over the political and physical map. You will find out different things here, political and physical map. As I have just mentioned about political and physical map, we can, I'll show in the next step. Political map related to geopolitical boundaries and oceanic area indication in which the country belongs to. You are right, absolutely correct, my dear. Correct, you are correct here. So, political map, political aspect was given properly. Physical map, physical aspect. Soil map is physical map. So, political map, you have the country's boundaries and all. District map, political map. You have state map, political map. Country's map is political map. Political boundary it is showing. Even the constituency wise the map is there, constituency wise, that is political map. Subdivision wise map, political map. Block level, panchayat level map, political map. Physical map is, again I am saying, soil map of a particular region, climate of a particular region, natural vegetation of a particular region, soil, climate, natural vegetation, right, showing the depth of the ocean floor. It is also a physical map. Mountain, plateau, plain, river valley, all these are physical map. Military map, I said, conversion of both, like you know, you can say convergence of political and physical map. Whatever most important information required for your military movement, that is needed. So, one is direction should be correct, direction is correct in most of the cases, military map is correct direction, because troop movement will be there. In the military map, we need to know the major political boundary, we need to know exactly, strategic locations in this to be located here, strategically important places, where is the airport, where is the port, where you have the military base, where is their bunker and all this. So, we need to all look at this possible way, we have to find out where, what will be the shortest route, which route will be better for us. So, relief features also will be shown, but in a different way, in a simplistic way in the military map. Military map is very, very important. Cadastral map, I said, these are the map used for showing smaller regions, like map of your house or your house plan, your land records. Land records is a cadastral map. Land records is a cadastral map. Land records. Okay, for an example, your village map in which your street is shown in a map. This is a cadastral map. Your land records is a cadastral map. Small area is shown in the map. So this type of, there are different type of map, I said, different type of map we are having here, right? There are different types of maps, I told you. So these are here certain things as I just have mentioned. Now world physical and one political map you can see. First, can you just have a glance over some political map here? So just tell me one thing. You refer your atlas, right? You refer your atlas. I will draw a map. I just want from all of you to identify what is that continent. Okay? You just need to identify it. Fine? Let me draw this. You have to identify the continent here. Which is this continent? Why Arctic is not considered as a continent? Arctic is a ocean, my dear. अरे यार तुम्हें पता ही नहीं है इतना. ये आर्कटिक ओशियन, पानी को कॉन्टिनेंट बोलेगा क्या? क्या बात कर रहे हो? ये क्या है? नॉर्थ पोल. आर्कटिक इज ए ओशियन. क्या है? कमन. ऐसे तो मेरा बाल उड़ गया है तुम्हें देख के. मेरा क्या करूं तुम्हें? ओ भाई कौन हो? वाई आर्कटिक इज नॉट ए कॉन्सिडर्ड ओशियन? तुम ये पूछ रहे हो क्वेश्चन है. कॉन्टिनेंट ये आर्कटिक ओशियन है. सर फर्स्ट sunshine country Japan, why Papua New Guinea is not called? Yes, my dear, Papua New Guinea at that time, if you look at Papua New Guinea, was not an independent country. Papua New Guinea as such is not part of Oceania. It was way back, as you know. Japan was the most influential country at that time. और else रशिया का भी होता, रशिया में भी नहीं कंसिडर किया, आपको पता है. First time they have considered is going on now also. Which continent is this? Which continent is this? You don't know. Okay. Here you see the political map of this is Australia here. we can find out Australia in these regions. You see here, this is political map of Australia. The Tropic of Cancer passes through, Capricorn passes through it. This is the region known as Tasmania. Here is the island of Tasmania. This is, here is region known as the Bass Strait, you know it. This is the Bass Strait. Bass Strait, and here you have Sea of Arafura, hai na? This is Gulf of Carpentaria. This is Sea of Arafura. Can you see this? फर्स्ट टू ड्रॉ दिस टाइप. आप एक काम करो, ये पॉलिटिकल मैप नहीं करके ऐसे ही बना लो, दैट विल बी ओके फर्स्ट, देन विल गो फॉर द पॉलिटिकल मैप. फाइन, फर्स्ट यू डू लाइक दिस. दिस इज हियर इज गल्फ ऑफ कार्पेंटेरिया. दीज आर द सिटी हियर which you will not able to memorize, even like you do one thing. First you have your BSc, then you go for MA, then PhD. PhD, BSc, after BSc your MA, then PhD. I said just to memorize the things, I told you this is Brisbane, then we have Sydney, this is Canberra, this is Melbourne, this is Adelaide, this is Hobart, this is Perth, and here it is Darwin. Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra, Hobart, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, Darwin. Canberra is the capital city, you know it. Canberra is the capital city. Okay, and Canberra is located here. Canberra is there. Australian Capital Territory of Canberra you are having here, right? So this is here is BSc, MA, PhD I have just given. Will you be able to memorize these cities at least? Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Adelaide. This is the territory of Canberra. Australian Capital Territory of Canberra is located there. Fine. So these are certain things. Try to have a glance over this. We will have a break now. After the break, I will take you to Australia in detail. I need all of you just have a glance over this continent. I will discuss certain things, and believe me, one day, one continent, some information, it will acquaint you, because I have to discuss about the entire world. So if you will have clarity of the map, believe me, next time you will not have any problem in appreciating different things, right? Let's have a break now. After the break, we will meet again. Let's have the lunch break now. So thank you very much. Any questions? Keep it. Ask me at 3:30. I will give you answers of all these. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. See you after the break at 2. Thank you.